What up, what up? Hey, what's going on, guys? STS here, and I'm back here. It's 12:27. I wasn't in progress on a simple review. I was going to watch a movie, but it's getting late, and I have to wake up early in the morning today. And I'm also going to my grandmother's later today, so I hope I'll have this upload in the morning, maybe, or whatnot. Oh, yeah, never mind. I was going to watch Entourage tomorrow. So, oh well, Entourage is going to be one of the movies I'm going to watch at my grandma's tomorrow. So, but, damn it. But here I am. This is an STS story. I haven't done a story in the year yet for start of the year. And, I mean, one thing I can talk about, and my hair is all good. Yeah, one thing I can talk about right now that I'd never talked about before. You know I did the family conflict series, which was basically, it wasn't really the conflict being a negative thing. It was just basically I was using a family kind of word or whatnot. It kind of sounded weird, but that was kind of fucked up in a way. I see that my biggest STS story that's good on date, got like 140 views, is the Jackson / Mark Cotton, which I think that's pretty fucking awesome. I got a dislike on that video too. It's like, what kind of fucking harsh people this is. But what we're going to talk about right here is another family conflict, or basically just family oriented, which I'm going to call it anyway. I'm just going to call it I'm going to call it Michigan. And you already know about Michigan right here. We're going to talk about it. It's Michigan. We're going to call it Michigan. I'm going to recall some memories from Michigan. You know, that's what I'm going to talk about. I mean, I'm going to try to get this out of the way under 15 minutes, hopefully. I mean, Michigan. You know, as a young kid, you know, which I'm trying my knowledge. Well, you know, each year it's come out. You know, I always knew. Look, I'm trying to remember when I was young that you had the summertime, which from that was, let's see, the summertime was usually cousins. Well, was it my dad's side? Was a visit of my Aunt Mary, and we went to hers and my ex Uncle Bing, and well, I call him still Uncle Bing. Doesn't matter anyway. I haven't talked to him, but we went there and swam or whatnot. And also in the summertime would be the major beforehand, which would be the spring, which would be the summer break, which would be going to with my grandpa, grandmother, mom, dad went sometimes, my sister, and Amanda, Tito, Josh, one of us. Basically, it was the big family get together. Was in the summer, which was going to Florida, Georgia, Tennessee. Kentucky. And then spring break or fall break, well, to my knowledge, you know, it was never summer. I've never pictured, I don't think in my mind, or still, spring break and then fall break would be, or just a regular, well, it first started when I was younger, but it would be kind of that kind of area that we would go to Michigan. And the earliest memory I have going to Michigan was at my Aunt Shelby's, which they still at that house to this day. And that's my grandmother's little younger sister. She's the second. My grandma was the first of four. And I remember the old bedroom. You know, the one bedroom we used to have where I used to sleep at. It was the guest bed. Supposedly it was their old daughter's room, but. And it was a vivid memory, you know. I didn't remember nothing, you know. And Jason was along, my cousin Jason, and whatnot. But the thing is, though, we had fun. And the thing that you look back now, and another thing is, I had not been to Michigan in years. I could say maybe 2009 to 10. I don't remember. And the last time they went to Michigan, I didn't go, which was, you know, just because then times got on, what I talk about, but. My earliest memories of going to Michigan would go up and it would be a 4.5 hour trip. The thing is where we would go to, I would stay at my grandma's. Because what my favorite things to do too was my favorite things to do on Friday was before we were going to grandma's as well. It's either the day before would be a good day or whatnot, because we used to go on regular. We used to go. Sometimes we went on Friday. We did that rarely. We'd stay for 2 days, which I love doing the 2-day thing. But we just went there for a day and came back later on the damn evening. And see my cousin Jason, Shiloh, my Aunt Shelby. We see who else we saw. James, Bobby, yeah, and Cookie, God rest her soul, and Butch, cousin Butch. But yeah, but my favorite times going to what I loved about was the double thing was first Friday was the night before Michigan. Some of those it happened. Some of those Fridays we went, oh, first Friday, and we go down. Or one happened when I went down south, which was the day before. But we would go down there, and the perfect pillow in the car ride, listen to music or whatnot, and those drives with my grandpa and my grandmother, you know, and sometimes my sister came too. So and my mom too. Some of them were just me going with them sometimes, I think. But the earliest time ever was hanging out with Jason and my cousin Andy. And what our regular thing would be, we would get there, but beforehand we'd go to I forgot. Turnpike, I forgot, but I mean, we would go see my Aunt Cookie first. We always did. We always saw my Aunt Cookie first and talk to her, you know, hey, what's going on, you know, and talk to her for like 35 minutes, 45 minutes, hour, maybe, I don't know, and then we go to Pontiac, which I think we only went there for 30 minutes, I think, just to talk to her when we were out. And then went to Pontiac, which was the main point to go to. And I remember as young, you know, just going down, and then we went to see my Aunt Shelby, and then later on, well, times on the B, my cousins, they lived there, and Kylie and Vicky, Ron. And yeah, those times were great. I remember going to the backyard just playing Pokemon games, you know, and all that stuff. But one thing that Michigan sparked, which I can't remember, was, well, two things here too. The very first thing was, every time I went to Michigan as a young kid, there was an old video store that was close to Save Lot. So the only thing that's everything too is I wish I drove, and I wish I went there now, because I can drive. I can go to Auburn Hills Mall, the Palace, I mean the Great Lakes Crossing Mall, which is probably the best mall I've been to, bar none. It beats every mall I've been to. It beats the Circle Center here in Castleton Square. Great Lakes Crossing's the shit. I would love to go back there again. That's a huge motherfucking mall. And but before that, I mean, was this video store, and they had these old school wrestling tapes. Which some of these wrestling tapes, I just look at them like, wow, another network. I watch them, you know. But back it was special, and they had 2 ECW tapes. That every time I would go to Michigan, I would get the same damn thing over and over, which I thought was great. And here I am, 12 years old, watching this shit. Or I think it was 11, 10, 12 years old watching this. And we picked it all out and stuff, and I mean, it was awesome. That was one of the things. I didn't like sleeping there, you know. Well, here's the reason, because my aunt had a leather sofa kind of way, and you would stick, and I didn't really care for that. Hardly no fan at all. Was not a fan of that. Yeah, well, we went to, you know, but what would happen? We would leave around 9, 10, like 8, I don't know, 7, 8ish, 7, 8ish. And see my Aunt Cook, like I said, and then go to Shelby's a couple hours. We get Hungry Howie's Pizza, which is one of the best pizzas in the world, and we'd be there for a while. And I would, when I had my mom, I'd pester. So that's the reason I wish I'd go back and not pester my mom. I would pester my mom. Oh, let's go, because before that too was the View store. We go to that, but then later, older times later on, Dixieland would be a big part, which was this big ass fucking flea market, which I thought that'd be a good place, and it was a good place. This place is awesome. There's all these fucking vendors of collector items, toys, magazines, games, pornos, Playboys, and all that stuff. And I love that flea market. It's probably still one of my favorite flea markets of all time. I would love to go back there and check it out. I used to get CDs all the time. That was the place where I got all of my psychopathic stuff. And I never got ICP and stuff. And well, actually, Michigan started it. My cousin Bobby and stuff. But then I got my first CD in Marion, and then I got more of my other stuff, my other CDs. So I mean, that's part of my life, was the Michigan trips. These Michigan trips are great. But so like we would go there, and there was a little park around after the Dixieland. There was still kind of a little park you walk across my aunt's. You had the whole conservation lake or where the fuck it is. Save the Lots or whatever, and the party store. I mean, they had the party store close to Ron's, and so I used to go there a little bit. And then later in the evening, we would go. Well, it was either my Uncle Bob and Aunt Marie coming there, or us going over the Auburn Hills where they lived at. Which they lived out in a little cool area and whatnot. And there were some weird fucking roads. Like my aunts would drive. Their driving way was like dirt roads in this rural area. But we go there and they're the king smokers of chain smoking. But I liked it over there, you know. And then we go to the mall and I just pass my mom all the time. Oh, come in there, you know. I would ruin their trips. That's one of the regrets I have. I can go back and, you know, and wish I drove and went there. And it was, you know, it's just those times were awesome, you know. And then the last time that I remember recalling is this, I went with Jason and Andy, and they were bitches to me because, you know. Well, on other times too, we used to go to an old view store back in the early 90s, or the late 90s or whatever. I can remember this. I remember it was 2000s too. Going with Andy, my cousin Andy and his dad and his brother Nick with Jason were going to get these videos, and I think I got Killer Instinct or something. Probably an old PS1. I got like NBA games or something though. But the last recall memory, I was with Andy and Jason. We actually had one night, we had the most infamous night, which I'll never forget. Jason, we were young kids. I think he would always come out and show his ass. You know, it's like, what the hell? He was doing it. Well, we ended up staying up all night, and we kept beating that. He kept making fun of him. I kept beating up Andy, and he put his ass in his face. I think he put his finger in his butthole or something. But, I'll never forget that shit. I mean, there's so much stuff that I wish I could bring if I had a camcorder or something. Well, my grandpa's did, but I don't know how to upload stuff online. But I mean, it was great. And I got this. And one of the weirdest times ever was the last time I was there. I think too, is I smoked some weed with them, and we got stoned as hell. Then we went to this. There's a school with all these Asians there playing basketball, and then I was watching them play basketball with them, and I'm like, well, how the hell you can talk with that? You know, barrier. I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but I don't know how. But I mean, that's how it was. I mean, good times, you know. My grandparent, my aunt Marie and Uncle Bob's basement's probably one of the most scariest looking places in the fucking world. You see a bunch of these old scary VH covers like Night of the Demons and all this shit. I'd scared fucking out of that place. But yeah, but the things that would also think too, what we do. After that, when we're about to leave, we had a good breakfast, you know, and then we would leave, which was with the sucky part, you know. But then we would go see Aunt Cookie last, you know. We would see Aunt Cookie, and then after that, or before, we would go to McDonald's and eat at this cool ass McDonald's too, which had computers and stuff with the collar and all that. I loved that. I wish I could go back to that. I bet it's changed now, but that was pretty fucking cool. But I hate trips going back. I was like, see you guys later. That was always one of the places I used to walk too. I used to walk around, you know. And I also think too, their houses by each other were small as shit though. I mean, it was weird and stuff. I think one of my favorite times too was going when my cousin's man Ron was like the maintenance man or something. We were at this apartment complex and we were swimming, and we still got cups. I don't think I still Nope. I forgot all those cups got destroyed, but we had them for a while, and we still had them. I don't know, it's been a long time, but it was a blast, man. Just Michigan trips are great, and we never had an issue with them. You know, my cousin, some of them too, but not really. But it was such a fucking fun. It was great. I enjoyed it. You know, I haven't had a memory in there in a while. But I tell you what, if I do, I got my camera, I got my everything just to record. I just think you gotta record all these moments. And I don't record everything you see, like, you know. No, I just get like I have something in my head, you know. I swear I keep hearing shit. I swear, spooky as fuck up there. Oh, it's that. But I'm just. If people didn't watch this video, I want to shout out to my cousins, all of them. Well, some of them are in Florida, but it's just that. And that's the things too. Now we can say, you know, But I like to. I wish. I mean, the thing is now, we never went back because no one was hardly there, and where to stay at because no offense. I mean, it's just a place now. I mean, it's not the same. We're more people, you know, and I don't know. But it's a good place. That was awesome. Michigan was great. It's always in my heart to think about it, to talk about it. I haven't talked to my cousins in a while. I talked to Jason. Well, I mean, I gave him a voice message a couple months ago, and he was talking to me when I was with my grandma. But I used to hang with him. Well, we were hanging around, but I used to talk to him in 2013, or the end of 2012, where we watched we played Black Ops 2. I think that was 2012, in 2013. But I think that's it for the video. I'm going to try to do another STS store, maybe at my grandma's, maybe, I don't know. And, because I am going to go on Tuesday, so maybe I'll have another Monday, I don't know. I might have another simple review coming up, which will be recorded at my grandma's, which I'll try to upload that on Tuesday or Wednesday, it doesn't really matter. But I'm out of here, Michigan, all the family, I love you, and I wish there's another times. I wish we can go back and just experience, because it's been a while since I went up there, like, wow. Michigan, Pontiac. But I'm STS once again, and check out all my other videos, you know. If you want to see some stupid, random bullshit me playing video games, check out the Black Ops Nostalgia, which I just basically... Oh, never mind, I'll just do that for another video. But, check out for another STS story coming up soon, maybe, I don't know. I do want to talk about the Bradfords. That'll probably be the next STS story, which I don't know when that's going to be. So, but when I get to, that's going to be the next story. Well, guys, I'll check you guys out. Peace out. Miss you, Michigan family, whatever you guys are at now. Peace. Love you.